With Bosa out, the 49ers had to shuffle their defensive line rotation. Mykel Williams, Bryce Huff, Yetur Gross-Matos, and Sam Okuayinonu divided the rest of the defensive end snaps. Bosa had already been off to a great start in the first 2 weeks of the season. He posted 2 sacks, 8 pressures, 15 tackles, and had a 21.9% pass rush win rate. Losing that kind of impact mid-game required others to quickly step up. Okuayinonu finished with 7 tackles on the day. Williams added 2 tackles, 1 for loss and 1 quarterback hit. Speaking after the game, Mykel Williams described the emotional response from the defensive line unit. "I feel like the whole D-line room said, 'We gotta step it up,'" he said. Williams emphasized just how important Bosa is to the team's performance and mindset. "Bosa is a great player for us, and he holds a heavy load," he added. "Losing a leader like Bosa means everyone must raise their level." That was clearly the mindset after he left the field. The unit played with urgency, trying to maintain the standard Bosa had set. Despite Bosa's absence, the 49ers managed to grind out a tough 16-15 win over the Arizona Cardinals. But even during the final drive, not everyone was focused solely on the game. Left tackle Trent Williams admitted he was thinking about Bosa throughout the final moments. "Going down on the drive to win the game, I thought about Nick plenty of times out there in the huddle," he said. His concern reflects just how deeply Bosa's injury has affected the team. Even in victory, the mood was somber and uncertain. Soon after, Bosa was seen walking to the blue medical tent, where he stayed for about 5 minutes. When he emerged, he tried some light stretching and high knees. That small effort at movement raised brief hopes he might return. However, those hopes were quickly dashed when Bosa made his way to the locker room. TV cameras captured him, giving a thumbs down as he walked. The team soon ruled him out for the rest of the game after initially listing him as questionable. The locker room walk confirmed the seriousness of the situation. Bosa's injury happened with just under a minute left in the first quarter. He was rushing quarterback Kyler Murray from the left side when he engaged with tackle Kelvin Beachum. Then, Evan Brown came in from the interior for a double team and knocked Bosa off balance. His right knee bent awkwardly as he fell to the ground. Murray's pass on the play was incomplete, but the bigger concern was Bosa lying on the field. He got up slowly and walked to the sideline. Medical staff immediately began examining him. Williams added, "Anytime you lose a guy like Nick and he doesn't come back and his status is unknown, it's a real buzzkill." That emotional honesty shows how much Bosa means to the team, not just as a player, but as a presence. Everyone from veterans to rookies respects his work ethic and dominance. The possibility of losing him for an extended time is hard to digest. While celebrations continued for the win, worry over Bosa hung in the air. The team knows what's at stake if he's out long-term. At just 26 years old, Nick Bosa is one of the NFL's premier defensive talents. He won Defensive Player of the Year in 2022 and remains a cornerstone of the 49ers' championship aspirations. The team built much of its pass rush around his unique skill set. Any extended absence will require major schematic adjustments from the coaching staff. Backup players will have to take on larger roles, likely rotating more to keep pressure on quarterbacks. But replacing Bosa's production is no small task. His absence could be felt on every down. Coach Shanahan stated, "They haven't ruled an ACL injury out. We're not sure. There is concern because of how he feels. The fact that the sideline tests didn't give a definitive answer only adds to the tension." Shanahan added that they usually know right away if it's a torn ACL, but this time they didn't. That uncertainty has everyone in the organization on edge. Shanahan concluded by saying they're keeping fingers crossed for the upcoming MRI. The 49ers have already suffered several key injuries in just 3 weeks. Losing Bosa long-term could deeply impact their defense. This injury is just the latest setback for a 49ers team that has been trading health for wins all season. In Week 1, they lost tight end George Kittle to a hamstring injury, and quarterback Brock Purdy suffered a toe injury. Week 2 brought more bad news, with injuries to Jauan Jennings and Ben Bartch. Jennings suffered both a shoulder and ankle issue, while Bartch went down with an ankle injury. Now in Week 3, it's Bosa who's added to the list. The injury bug has been relentless. Every week, the 49ers are paying a price for victory. As the 49ers prepare for Week 4, all eyes are on Nick Bosa's health. With several key players already dealing with injuries, the team can hardly afford another blow. Bosa's knee will be the main storyline until more is known. For now, the focus shifts to depth players stepping up in his absence. But no matter what happens, the locker room knows Bosa's leadership will still be felt. As Trent Williams put it best, this isn't just about football. It's about a teammate, a leader, and a fighter. Everyone is hoping for the best. The MRI scheduled in the next 24 hours will reveal the true extent of the damage. If the ACL is intact, the team may have avoided a disaster. But if it's torn or partially damaged, surgery and a long recovery may follow. For now, the team, the fans, and Bosa himself are hoping for good news. Shanahan has urged everyone to be patient until results are in. The organization will need to make key decisions quickly once the full diagnosis is available. Until then, it's a nervous waiting game.